happy to get the win today. We played a really good football team. East Carolina's, in my opinion, going to have a chance to have a really, really good season. Got good players on defense and offense. I was happy with the way we made big plays in special teams. Obviously, in the first half, it was a pretty big part of the game. Played really well on defense and offense. We got a little bit sloppy there in the second half. Which you're playing a good team. You know they're explosive. We didn't move the ball quite as well as we wanted to on offense, and gave up a couple big plays defensively. But by and large, I'm pleased with the kids and the way we went about it. I know there's a lot we can learn from this film moving forward, heading into our bye week. Fire away.
Coach, you guys have outscored other teams 49-7, 49-6 in the first quarters of games. Is that indicative of good practice weeks, or what do you think that the strong starts can be attributed to?
Oh, I'm not really sure. I think our guys are starting to learn how we want them to prepare. That doesn't guarantee that we'll jump out on everybody like that, but I do think we have a good mindset heading into the game, a good plan. We've got intelligent players that can make adjustments if we need to. But as I see our team continue to understand kind of what we're shooting for, so to speak, or what we're looking for, or how we want to play and how we want to prepare, I hope they're seeing the success they're having when they're doing it the way we're asking them to do it. So I don't know if that'll be a trend. I'll be all for it if it is, but I like our approach.
I think Gerard started 9 for 11, something like that in the first half. What do you think of his decision-making lately?
I think he's been pretty good. Pretty judicious with the ball, go in the right place most of the time. We had a couple balls that I wish we would have given guys a little better chance to catch today. But we made some plays. Obviously made a big play with his feet there in the second half. He's been pretty efficient.
Special teams. Was there any indication looking at ECU film this week or your own guys in practice that this would be a particularly good game for you on special teams? And also, what did you think of the emotions your guys showed on special teams today?
Yeah, I didn't think we didn't have anything particular. I mean, I think we had a good plan. I think we've had a good plan each and every week. Our kids executed it really well at a high level today in all phases, and resulted in big, huge chunk yardage plays. So it was nice to get some big plays and not just kind of duel to a draw in special teams, but really truly influence the game, and our kids did that. Yeah, I mean, we want our kids to play with emotion. We encourage that. I think it's got to be the right kind, though. There's emotionally over the top where we make silly mistakes and take silly penalties, and that's not what we're looking for. But it's an emotional game. We want our kids to be excited to play. We've got a great crowd, a beautiful stadium, and an unbelievable opportunity. We should be excited to get to go play.
We talked last week about Cam Phillips. You weren't happy with his first possession, all that. How did he respond during the week of practice, and then what did you think of his performance today?
He had a great week of practice, and he responded in the game. I mean, last week, he didn't sulk or hang his head. He just went out there and kept playing hard, which is what we asked him to do. He had a great week of practice. Noticeably focused and tough week of practice for him, and he played pretty well.
Justin, do you like that you are able to get Brendan some time in there in these past couple of games, or just managing Gerard's minutes?
No, I think it's good that Brendan deserves to get in there when we have an opportunity. So we want to reward him with that, and we want to be courteous to the other team, but we still want to be able to operate our offense and what we're doing, and letting him run the ball a little bit and do some of those things. I think it was the right thing to do, and what he deserves to get the opportunity to do.
You talk a lot about managing the guys' highs and lows. Is that something that you're concerned about, particularly going into the off week coming up?
No, I think we'll get a pretty good handle on them in the off week. We'll get after it pretty good early in the week. There's some guys we need to get rest, and some guys have got some mileage on them. But I know we've got a long, tough road ahead. We're still very early in the season. We still have a non-conference game, and and 7 conference games left. So there's plenty of focus to be had for us.
Understanding that you have no control over this, but are you happy with where this bye week falls? Is this a good time for you to take a break?
Sure, I kind of take the same stance on all the scheduling things. You know, I take a look at the schedule to start the season and complain to myself about a couple things, and then decide how we're going to make it the best for everybody. I do think it falls really well for us. You know, we've got a nice break. We've had an emotional 4-game ride here. Between our first game together, between playing in Bristol and a conference game. So I think it's, I think it fits perfectly for us. We've got a lot of things to work on. We've got young players that are going to get a bunch of reps this week. And then we've obviously got a big conference game heading up in 2 weeks.
And after back-to-back blowouts, is there a way to continue your momentum during a bye week, or do you not worry about that?
You know, I don't know. The biggest deal was there are going to be plenty of things for us to teach off of to try and improve. And, you know, we'll have a game that everybody will be excited for in 2 weeks, including our opponent. And, you know, I think that'll be plenty of momentum or excitement for us to prepare to go play the game. I don't, you know, momentum from game to game is, it's kind of a sketchy thing. I don't, you know, there's momentum within the game, and then there's preparation to try and play the next game. They're all individual units.
Coach, Greg Stroman over here. Greg Stroman had one of his best games returning kicks of his career. How special was it that he was in the number 25 jersey
It was
today?
really cool. It really was. And I tell you, when we announced it to the team on Thursday, you could see Greg just light up. It meant something to him. Not that it hasn't meant something to the other guys. You know, and I cautioned him. I said, you know, I know this is important to you, but this doesn't mean that we bring kickoffs back from 9 yards deep in the end zone. You know, we can still fair catch punts and that sort of stuff. But you trust him and his decision-making to do what's best for the team. And for him to take one in the house, I know there were a bunch of people that was really special for. You bet.